Hey, all you Arizona lovers. This is the Finding Arizona podcast, episode number 373. I'm your host, Jose. Thank you so much for listening and thank you so much for watching. Today's episode is with Leo and Luca. It is a wonderful play space for children of 5 and under. It is, probably a bunch of rooms that you could possibly imagine. Excuse of me if I sound a little bit off today. I am recovering from a cold that my son gave me. That kind of happens when they share germs with one another. Kids are going to be kids, so as a parent, I have to be ready for those moments when I do catch what he catches. But that being said, you got a little bit of insight of my world, and now we're going to jump into the business side. You can hear every episode of Finding Arizona Podcast at findingarizonapodcast.com. We make it easy for you guys to connect with us. Everything is under Finding Arizona Podcast social media wise. And if you want to send us an email at findingarizonapodcast@gmail.com, I encourage you to go do so. We have a lot of things set up for you guys on our website, including a newsletter and a vlog. If you want to go check that out and see some of the episodes live in person, which I implore most of you to do, to go check out our live episodes or our in-person episodes. This one in particular is going to be particularly fascinating because we get to walk around the actual location. So that being said, we're going to just jump right into a lot of the things that are going on with us and jump right into the episode right afterwards. So what's going on with us is, as you heard, Atlas is recovering from an illness, but he's doing well. He is just recovering from a little bit of a small cold, and so am I. So that being a little bit of our family life, and Britt is doing a lot of cool things with a lot of new guests that are coming through our doors. We're very excited to share with you new episodes and more episodes. And as we do so, we want you guys to be well aware of what we're capable of. And this episode will definitely show you what we're capable of. We highly encourage you guys to go check out the vlog and everything at youtube.com/Finding Arizona Podcast. And if you would also do me a huge favor, give us a like, subscribe, let us know what we're doing great wise, and let us know what we could work on. I really do appreciate it. I encourage you guys to always leave comments, and as always, we're going to jump right into this episode number 373 with Leo and Luca. We will catch you on the next episode, and as always, kisses, hugs, and belly rubs. See ya.
Who is a no woman?
She's ambitious.
She is a juggling life.
Oh, she is high performing.
She's self-made.
Definitely busy.
Woman supporter.
Cares about the rooms that she's going into.
Building an empire.
Definitely working in a male-dominated industry.
She is competitive.
And cares about impact.
And she's inspired by the word no.
Oh, completely relentless.
She is self-made.
She is a badass.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Finding Arizona podcast. As always, we bring in special guests every week, and today we're in some place very special. Today we are at Leo and Luca, and we're standing here with the CEO and one of the, I think, founders.
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself and just give us a little rundown?
Hi, everyone. I'm Katie Bettini. I'm the owner and founder of Leo and Luca, and also a practicing lawyer here in town.
Wow, I did not know that story about you. So I, just a little heads up, I've actually been here for their opening or one of their kind of social media parties, and it was a lot of fun to bring Atlas, and he's actually around the corner here. As we walk around, we'll get to see him, but I just want to get first off just the understanding about what this place is for kids and what you try to provide here.
Yeah, happy to. So our slogan is community through play, and that's really, really an important value that we all hold. It's really designed as a gathering space for the kids from 0 to 5, who are often, the youngest, who have a hard time playing at some of the play spaces with the older kids, just based on their size. And it's also the most isolating time as parents.
Yes.
And so we're trying to offer and build a community of parents who are like-minded and wanting to have, playmates for their kids, but also friends for themselves who are going through similar stages.
Yeah.
So this is this is how this all was born. Yeah.
It's really a wonderful space because on top of that, you are actually using one of our friends for interior designs. Why don't you shout them out?
Yeah, House of Form. Yeah. Doll is the best.
She was
highly recommend her.
It was wonderful to actually interview House of Forms, just what they believe in and kind of their ethics and beliefs on how to go about design work. So we're actually going to walk around right now. This is going to be something new for us as well as podcasting. We're going to walk around the different spaces and get to know what they each kind of are entailing. So why don't we start off here in kind of the cafe area?
Yeah, sure. So when you walk in, you'll see we've got a retail selection. I jokingly, not so jokingly, say this was born out of lazy parenting because I got tired of spending my weekends running to get a coffee and then to get the birthday present for the birthday party and then to do a fun activity with my kids.
Yeah.
So we just brought it all in-house. So retail section, which is great for birthdays. You can pick up your birthday gift here. We have a check-in desk right here.
Nice.
Get you set up there. And then you can grab your coffee in the cafe. We also source it with lots of healthy snacks for the little ones because that's another pet peeve is to go out for an adventure with your kids and all you can find are Cheetos and pizza.
Yep,
So
and something sugary or something that will give them a sugar rush. But I also want to say you provide a wonderful cafe because I've experienced it myself. It's really well done and really great products and food and just also the actual coffee itself is just superb.
Well, and it's really important to us to have partners who are local. So we actually partner with Cartel for our coffee.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're big fans in our own personal lives.
I have
so it's nice to have it
I
here.
have had Cartel myself for some time when I was down in Tempe, but I haven't actually got a chance to interview them. They're next on the list.
Okay, yeah. Give them a shout out. They're amazing.
And as we move forward into the portal here, I want to just take a note here. There's 2 entry arches here. So that was actually done on purpose.
It was, yeah. We wanted to make it inviting for the little kids and make it a little playful when they first walk in so that even they know that this is going to be a fun time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to walk right through and go actually into the play area here. And we'll get to see our little co-star here be able to show off some of the play spots. So why don't you tell us a little bit of how you organized it for this kind of method playing in different sections? Yeah,
so this is our open playroom. It's really focused on tactile play and imaginative play. So we've got a pretend cafe and market over here with a little grocery section. The cafe keeps the kids really busy. I think we rival Starbucks in the volume that the kids serve through our cafe. Mm-hmm. And then in the middle, we stock it with a lot of different activities that we switch up. So we have the animals for imaginative play. We've got the train sets that the kids can mess with and build and deconstruct. Magnetiles are a top favorite, of course.
Yes, very much so.
And then odds and ends. Paw Patrol is a big one.
Absolutely.
Top favorite. And then we've got a soft play and climbing area for the little kids to kind of get out some of their wiggles. Yeah. And then over here, we've got a reading nook.
Oh, nice.
This is actually kind of breaking news for us, but we do have access to an outdoor space. So we will be renovating that over the course of the next few months. And we'll have
for the cooler months, you'll be able to have outside play.
So we're going to have about 2,500 square feet of outdoor space, and we'll have a water feature and some adult seating just to kind of extend the space and make it easier for kids to.
Will House of Form be doing that, or will you be trying another business?
So I think we're going to go with a landscape architect.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have a few because I am one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I actually do commercial landscape architecture.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a couple of names. Yeah, we'll have to chat about that. Can you give us a little insight on these 2 rooms here on the side here for the youngers?
Yes. So a big motivator in designing this space was making it safe for all ages, 0 to 5. So we do have a dedicated infant room. That's designed with age-appropriate toys that can go in the mouth and some soft play in there as well. And then little mats for the babies to get some tummy time.
Yeah, I see that. So everything has kind of a color palette of like this very nice little toned down feel. Mm-hmm. Was that purposeful, or was that something that you decided on later on, or what was it?
No, it was definitely purposeful. My pet peeve as a parent was taking my kids to places that were overstimulating.
Got it.
primary colors and just a lot going on in the design.
Yeah.
And we wanted it to be calming in here, which is hard to find in a kid-centric space.
Exactly.
So we went with a design vibe that we called whimsically sophisticated.
I love that.
And so it's playful in here, but the color palette is very muted to kind of allow the kids to focus on the play.
For sure. And another thing that you guys also provide is kind of this manager of playtime. Can you give us a little insight on what that was for this kind of situation?
Yeah. So a lot of our staff is trained in early childhood education.
Nice.
And they have brought their expertise to our place, which is great. So they set up a lot of different activities that are geared towards the different ages to keep them engaged and give the parents some downtime.
Yeah. And that is something that you guys are continually rotating or seeking out for positions wise?
Yeah, so all of our staff rotate, and then we have managers in charge of the activities, and we're actually about to roll out monthly themes.
Oh, nice.
So those are going to guide each month's play.
It's
And
going to be awesome.
yeah, so next month actually is Knights and Princesses.
Yes.
So there will be making princess crowns in the art room, and we're going to bring in a jumping castle, and we're going to have Anna and Elsa come visit. So just kind of to give the kids something exciting every month to think about and focus on. Yeah.
Now, speaking of the art room, we're actually going to head that way. So we'll head that way. But along the way, why don't you give us a little bit of the tour here on each of the rooms?
So this is what we call the mother's room. I also call it the relaxation room because dads have found their way in there to have a moment of peace, which I love. So it's really just designed to give moms, some privacy if they need to nurse or pump or whatever. Also changing table in there for the littlest ones. And you can close the door and you can just listen to the sound machine and pretend you're on a beach if you want to. So
give yourself some seclusion.
Yeah.
And then these especially are kind of really unique in the sense that you provide kind of a different play set for each of the different holders.
Yeah, so this is very Montessori-esque. We switch up the activities. We try to keep it pretty limited over here so it's not overwhelming and kids can just go up and find engagement, much like Atlas over there.
Our little co-star here.
But yeah, everything is grabbable, movable, and lets us keep things in rotation, keep it interesting.
I love that. So as we move forward along, I just want to point out to again, some of the coloring, the coloration, and then what design elements here. We have another changing table and some restrooms in this back corner here. Section.
Yeah, and this is one of our favorite House of Form moments with the design. Just has a calming atmosphere, which is great when you're changing a screaming baby.
Yeah. And the fact that you have multiple changing tables is very thoughtful and understanding of you guys are going to have multiple kids in here and you're going to have those moments where it's it does get packed in here because when you did the event you got there was a lot of kids having a lot of fun and I love that.
Yeah, and I think any parent with multiples, the diaper changing can be a problem because you got to drag the whole family kicking and screaming to the bathroom. And so we wanted to give parents the option to just let their older child keep playing and you don't have to disturb their process and you can change knowing that you have eyes on your oldest.
Absolutely.
We do offer staff holding babies if people need it.
Oh,
so
very cool.
If they want to run into the bathroom with their oldest, we can hold the youngest.
And that's where that play manager too comes in handy as well, being able to have those eyes available and just having the kind of the monitoring of just making sure no one's in tears.
right, yeah. And Inga is our director of creative play, and she's already she's fabulous.
She is fabulous.
She is our certified baby holder. She loves babies.
Nice. Oh, that's great. So let's go ahead and go into the art section. And one of the things I'd also like to point out is when House of Form was finished with your creation and your design, they actually took you guys. I don't know if you did it or if House of Forms did it, but took the renderings and made them into actual play coloring pages.
Yeah, that was House of Form's brilliance. So we were able to feature that at our opening events, which was wonderful to tie that into an activity for the kids.
I think that was a wonderful idea.
Thank you. Yeah,
so give us a little insight. Give us a little insight in this coloring play section here.
Yeah, so this is our art room. It also doubles as an event space. We do birthday parties primarily on the weekends. So this is our birthday party room, and people have done some really creative, fun things in here for that.
Nice.
But on the weekdays, we have rotating art activities. So you'll see coloring in here. You'll see foam activities. the girls think of all kinds of amazing things in here. So they keep it interesting.
Another thing to note here is you actually have a chance to also be able to just wash your hands and get clean again without having to run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You just have this independent sink here. And I think that's wonderful.
and we wanted to promote the independence young. So we do make all of our sinks accessible to the littlest kids.
Oh, yeah, I do see that. The little footstool here, too.
Yeah, and you'll find them in the
awesome.
bathrooms as well.
Awesome.
That's an important part of our mission as well.
So we're sitting down here again, and we'll be honest, there's some people here that are going to be coming in and out, and just kind of, that's the wonderful thing about what you provide here, is being able to have the accessibility before the birthdays start.
We do, yeah.
And stuff like that. So let's actually run down kind of the services again, kind of what you guys provide, not only the cafe, but the play area, but the birthday parties and what those kind of entail.
Yeah, so our main offering is something we call Let's Play, which is the drop-in play where you bring your child and you actually play alongside your child, or you sitter-vise and you sit on the benches and observe your child play, which we fully advocate for, by the way. The second offering we have is called Let's Rest, and that's actually a drop-off option. So we do limited babysitting.
Yes.
We can have up to 4 kids at any given time, and we will watch them for up to 2.5 hours.
Nice.
And really, that's just designed to give parents a break. Like, if you want to go to the grocery store and you don't want to tote your children around, let's rest.
Yes.
If you want to go take a nap,
hey,
drop your kid off. We've had parents drop their kids off to go to workout classes. So it just,
nice.
Along the line of just providing a community, a lot of people have reached out to us and said, I don't have family in town. I don't have anyone to turn to for childcare. And so we just want to do our part to kind of help people feel like they've got a community standing behind them.
Oh, awesome. That is really great. Now, we should also state that you have kids of your own.
I do, yes.
Do you want to give a shout out to them?
Yes. So my 5-year-old is Luca of Leo and Luca. My youngest is Juliana. She's 2.5.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really great. So the fact that you are a mom and also a worker and you just have this opportunity to give back is just a wonderful story of in itself, the kind of like the foundation of where this comes from. And I'd also like to just kind of get into what you do as a lawyer just for a little bit, because you are you multiple hats going on. And I wanted to just ask really quickly, it's like, what kind of law? And
so I actually do business litigation. I jokingly call myself the queen of anything big and messy. So complex litigation, primarily on the defense side for companies.
Wow. And that's really like, that is kind of the queen of anything messy. Like I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, you probably have some, hey, that's a crazy story. Like,
there's a few of those, definitely.
And that's here all in Phoenix?
So I work for a law firm that's actually national. It's called Bakery Drinker.
Nice.
I work for their DC office, but I live here in town. So I work fully remotely.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's really great. Like that's the same situation with me and my work is I work from home and off on an online kind of basis. And that gives me and provides me the opportunity to, again, be the caretaker for Atlas and just have a chance to watch him grow, which between Britt and I, we've always wanted, we discussed as like parents, like that's the one thing that we kind of wanted from the get-go is be able to have one of us kind of provide that parent child mentality and have him understand where he comes from, how who are his family and things like that, and just understand that. Yeah,
and I think that was one of the silver linings of the pandemic was that it did allow a lot of positions to go remote, and I can speak to being the primary caregiver of my kids. It's given me a lot of flexibility that I wouldn't have had if I had to go into the office, and it's made my life a lot more manageable. So shout out to all the companies keeping people remote, because I really do think when it comes to supporting primary caregivers, that's so important to have that flexibility.
Yeah. I think it also states like an understanding of today's market and today's kind of economics is that you can have workers work remotely and just have that same business still succeed, on top of which, I mean, it's just kind of, it was inevitable at one point where you're just like, we have all of this technology, why aren't we using it to its fullest and not moving away from the old school mentality or paradigm of like, you have to come to the office from 9 to 5 sort of situation. So I think it's really wonderful that we're moving towards that. And I think also Leo and Luca provides an opportunity to remove that kind of moments of like hectic, hardship for families who want to, like you said, work out and
Right.
have a chance to do something for themselves. And because I think one of the things that we've heard multiple times with parents is like, if you don't fill yourself up, like you don't take care of yourself, then you can't take care of your child. And,
Right.
and it just kind of goes hand in hand sort of thing. So
Yeah. And Motherly, actually, they do their state of motherhood survey every year. And most recently, it showed that like 56% of moms feel burned out. So anything that we can do to kind of make life easier, whether you're staying at home with the kids or you're working, we have working parents come here and sit in their laptops
Yeah.
because their nanny called in or whatever. So yeah, I think that's really important and exciting change.
yeah, I would actually ask you, it's like, have you experienced any stories like that where it's just like kind of a glory for Leo and Luca and kind of a statement piece sort of deal?
What do you mean?
Like that situation
Yeah.
with like the parents coming in and just like, look, you guys saved me
Oh.
from like, having to, the craziness at home, or just like, I needed this moment to relax and thank you guys. Like, was there a big moment like that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we hear regularly, which is just so heartening for me because that really is the mission. But we have people who come in and they're like, thanks, I got like a moment of peace, or I got a little break, or I got to sit down and relax for a few minutes. And that's, with little ones, you're just going from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed.
Yeah.
And so to offer that moment of relief. We do have a mom of triplets who is one of our regulars, and
Nice.
seeing her here with the triplets is amazing.
Yeah,
And she's one of our favorites. So
that's awesome.
yeah, there are a lot of those moments throughout the day, which we love.
I love that. And it's also just great to have a space like this that's so beautifully done and so like passionately filled by a cast of employees that feel the same way about what the mission is for Leo and Luca.
Yes, I cannot say enough amazing things about our employees. Like, they are really the heart and soul of this place. And honestly, like, without them, I don't think we would have had any success at all, because people keep coming back for those interactions where one of our employees sees that the child's upset, so they grab them and take them to do some art, or holding the babies when they go to the bathroom, or whatever it is. Like, just having that feeling of support from people who work here, I think is really valuable to our guests.
Awesome. Well, we are finishing up our conversation. I always let the floor be held by you, the owner, to let us know social media, address, anything and everything our listeners need to know to allow themselves to find you.
Yeah, thankfully we were able to standardize our name across the board, so you can find
Great.
us
Also,
on.
very note to any business owner.
Yeah,
Get your name down on all social media.
Yes, agreed. So we are Leo and Luca AZ on Instagram. We're leoandlucaaz.com. And we are reservation based.
Yes.
So you can actually go online at our website and see the availability for that day, which is great when you're planning ahead and want to make sure that there's, some availability for walk-ins or whatever it is. So highly recommend setting up an account, making a reservation. We do offer a membership, which is great for people who are going to be here frequently.
Yeah.
And that's $100 a month for the whole family. So we don't stagger our memberships based on number of children.
Okay.
So yeah, highly recommend that. That actually does come with a discount for the Let's Rest drop-off option. So there's lots of value rolled into that.
Awesome. And before we go, ladies and gentlemen, we always have our little outro. You can catch every episode of Finding Arizona Podcast at our website, findingarizonapodcast.com. All of our social media is under Finding Arizona Podcast as well. And last but not least, we always say kisses, hugs, and belly rubs to our four-legged friends, and we will see you next time. Give it a little wave.
Bye. Thanks for having us.